Hello there! Wow! Perfect! Wonderful! Well done!
Okay!
What's up, everybody? I am the Nintendo Beast, and today's video is something I've never really done here on the channel before, but I know a lot of people have the same exact question, and I figured I'd share my opinion on the matter. So to preface this, I am a member of many Nintendo fan groups on Facebook, and it seems like every time a new Switch game comes out, specifically games that have been ported from, like, the Wii U, the most recent being Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Every time a new Switch game comes out that was ported from a previous console, it seems like everybody has the same question: is it worth it? Is it worth the $60 price tag to purchase this game on the Switch? But we're not going to talk about Super Mario 3D World today. Today we're actually talking about Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Is it worth it to buy a copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars? Now keep in mind, the time window is kind of running low here, and that's why I'm doing this video now. On March 31st, or after March 31st, I guess, I'm not totally sure, Nintendo will be taking Super Mario 3D All-Stars down from the eShop. Digital downloads of the game will no longer be available, and production is also going to halt on the physical copies. So we're going to see this game become more and more scarce from then on out. So when people ask, should I buy a copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars, is it worth it? I like to kind of break it down into three smaller bite-sized questions. One, very, very simply, do you want to play the games? So for anybody who's not familiar, Super Mario 3D All-Stars is a collection of upscaled versions of Super Mario 64, originally from the Nintendo 64, Super Mario Sunshine, originally from the Nintendo GameCube, and Super Mario Galaxy 1, originally from the Nintendo Wii. 3D All-Stars also includes the soundtrack of each game that you can play from the game's menu, but that's just kind of more of a novelty. I don't really consider that big of a perk. Now, honestly, if it was a digital download of the soundtracks that I could play on my computer or import into, like, my Spotify library, that might be a little bit higher of a selling point, but it's not. It's just you could play the soundtracks from the game's menu on your Switch. So anyway, do you want to play the games? Well, if you answered no, then I'm not totally sure why you're here. Obviously, if you're not playing the games, you don't want to play the games, then don't buy 3D All-Stars. It's kind of a no-brainer. More likely than not, if you're here, you're watching this video, it means, yes, you do want to play the games. And with that in mind, odds are it's probably a safe bet that Super Mario 3D All-Stars is worth it for you. But just to play devil's advocate and to break it down a little bit more, if you're not quite convinced just yet, let's move on to question number 2. Do you already own the original games on their respective original consoles? So here's the reality of it: if you just want to play one of the 3 games, it may not be worth your while to buy the 3D All-Stars collection. Last time I checked, a used copy of Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, or a used copy of Super Mario Sunshine on the Nintendo GameCube, they currently start at around $50. Now keep in mind, that's not to say that they can't sell for higher or lower, but that's probably around the lowest you're going to be paying for a good working used copy. A used copy of Super Mario Galaxy for the Nintendo Wii, on the other hand, is a little bit more affordable. I've seen them selling from anywhere from $25 to $30 online. So do you already own the original games on their respective consoles? No? Well, if you're looking to just play one of the 3 games, and you have its original respective console ready to play, well then buying just that game used for the original console may be a better and more affordable option for you. If you're looking to play 2 or all 3 of the games featured in this collection, though, there's likely no way you're going to find a bundle of these games that comes in under the price tag of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So if this is the case, you want to play the games, at least 2 or all 3 of them, and you don't have them on their original respective consoles, Super Mario 3D All-Stars is probably your best bet. It's probably a worthwhile investment for you. But what if you do already have the original games? Well, if that's the case, you already own all the original games that you want to play, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, you definitely don't need it. It's not going to bring to the table anything that you don't already have. But that's still not to say that you absolutely 100% shouldn't pick up a copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars, because there's one more question to consider. Do you want to play these games on your Nintendo Switch? Now, this seems like a dumb question. Probably all of these seem like dumb questions, but when you put them together, it does help you decide whether or not it's worthwhile to pick up a copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. And realistically, this kind of deductive reasoning will probably help you out in the future as well when deciding whether or not you should buy a port of an old game for the Switch or for future Nintendo consoles. So first of all, I want to note that while they are just simple emulations of the originals on the Switch, these games are upscaled a bit, and they do look really, really nice playing on the Switch. Realistically, you're probably not going to find a better looking way that is also fully legal to play these 3 games than through the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection. And probably the biggest point to be made here is that they are portable. So if you can see yourself taking these games and playing these games with you on your Switch, on a road trip, on a plane, on a vacation you're taking, then even if you do have the original games on their original respective consoles, Super Mario 3D All-Stars might still be a good investment for you. So do you want to play these games on Switch? The bottom line, if you already own the originals of these games on their original respective consoles, and you don't really have an interest in playing them on the Switch, then don't buy Super Mario 3D All-Stars. It doesn't really bring anything new to the table for you. If you do want to play these games on the Switch for any number of reasons, really, maybe you own the originals but you want them on the go, maybe you want to play the games, even 1 or 2 of them, but you don't have the consoles that they originally released on, or maybe you just want to own these 3 awesome classic games in a nice, clean, modern package. If any of these scenarios describe you, well then Super Mario 3D All-Stars is probably a great investment for you. So these are the 3 basic questions you should probably be asking yourself if you're still on the fence whether or not it is worthwhile to pick up a copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars while it's still around. Brand new, Super Mario 3D All-Stars currently retails for $60 here in the US. You can get it in digital and physical formats at the moment. But again, don't wait too long. March 31st, 2021 is the cutoff. After that point, the game will no longer be available in digital format, and physical production will also come to a close. So you'll definitely see a gradual drop in inventory at reputable retailers, and scalpers will be out in droves trying to steal your money. Now, one aspect of purchasing a physical copy specifically of Super Mario 3D All-Stars that I didn't really touch on, and I'm not going to touch on too much because I'm no expert in this field. I do love collecting games, and I'm a bit of a collector myself of all things action figures, video game toys, and all kinds of cool stuff, autographs. But with that being said, the collectible value of Super Mario 3D All-Stars also comes into question. Will a physical copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars retain its value? Will it gain value over time? What's the deal? So I did, in fact, invest in both a digital copy of the game for my Switch, so I always have these 3 classic games on my console, but I also invested in a physical copy of the game as well that I'm keeping factory sealed. Will it gain value? Look, the way I see it, I imagine used copies of Super Mario 3D All-Stars, despite the shortened time window of their availability, they're gonna be a dime a dozen for the foreseeable future. A brand new unopened copy, on the other hand, my guess is it'll probably gain some traction over time. It'll probably become a bit of a collector's item, the same way any real Nintendo first-party game does. A factory-sealed copy of any one of these 3 games is worth a pretty penny. If you keep your physical copy in good condition, it'll probably maintain its value to some extent. If you keep your physical copy factory-sealed, it might gain a little bit of value over time. Do I think 3D All-Stars is going to be a groundbreaking, limited edition item that's worth oodles and oodles of money down the road? Probably not. Realistically, if you're looking for that, see if you can find a sealed copy of Super Mario Odyssey. That's probably going to maintain and gain value significantly more than 3D All-Stars will, despite its not at all limited availability. So the absolute bottom line here, if you're looking to play these 3 3D classic Mario games and you don't currently own them on their original consoles, 3D All-Stars is definitely the way to go. If you already own the original games on their original respective consoles, but you want to play them on the go, you want to have them on your Switch, you want to play them a little bit upscaled, Super Mario 3D All-Stars is probably still a pretty solid investment for you. If you're looking for a collectible game that you're going to keep factory sealed on a shelf, and it's going to gain traction, and it's going to become worth oodles and oodles and oodles of money down the road, you're probably not gonna get that from Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I could be wrong, but if you are considering purchasing this game, keeping it factory sealed, and putting it on a shelf somewhere, it looks really great. It's a great addition to any game room. If you're on the fence and you're afraid, you have the fear of missing out, you're afraid you're going to kick yourself down the road when you don't get a copy, just run out and get a copy. Even a used copy, if you're not really into the collectible aspect, a new copy is only $60 at the moment, and if you get it now compared to in a month from now, you're gonna get it guaranteed brand new, factory sealed, for the correct retail price, as opposed to finding some scalper on eBay. So thank you so much for watching. I am the Nintendo Beast. If you enjoyed this video, as always, make sure to smash that thumbs up. Leave a comment below letting me know what your opinion is on all of these ports from previous consoles coming to the Nintendo Switch, whether you think they're worth it or not. Subscribe to the channel, and obviously smash that bell button to get notifications when I go live here on the channel, when I upload new video content such as this, and so much more. The sky is the limit, everything Nintendo here on the channel. So once again, I am the Nintendo Beast, signing off.